In this chapter, we will talk about a little bit of fruit prep times and temperatures. Basically, it's a very short and abbreviated chapter. You need to go through your book as well and look at some of the procedures involved with it. I'll try to cover some of these as we're going and show you some stuff on your pages, so make sure you follow your book as you are looking at this PowerPoint. Let's say we get in some packaged fresh juice that we're going to sell later in containers. Most of them has to be basically heat treated in some way, for example, pasteurized according to an approved HACCP plan. However, if you get a company that does not, maybe they want to be natural, organic, or whatever, the juice has to be labeled, and you can see this one. This product has not been pasteurized and therefore may contain harmful bacteria that can cause serious illness to those potentially hazardous, I don't want to say hazardous, but the people that are most susceptible to foodborne illnesses. Okay, you see their children, elderly, weakened immune system, etc. Okay. Some of the things you can use, and this will be falling in your book, is general storage guidelines. Label everything. Use the rotational system, first in, first out, called FIFO. Basically, if you receive it first, use it first. Don't use something that's newer first. Okay. Try to rotate. Don't use things past the expiration date. Make sure we use food grade materials to store stuff in, and that's also counts in your house or in your home. We have a couple of different types of storage systems: refrigerated, frozen, and dry storage. We've probably talked about all of these before. Okay. Now we're going to get into we've measured temperatures before, so we've seen some of this stuff. So we'll talk about how we store things, how we utilize things, and also we're looking at some of these packaging things. We have some type of food prep that requires some type of a variance and something that's different. And basically, you have to have a variance in your operational plans or your HACCP plans if you plan on doing anything like this. Smoking food is a way to preserve it, but not to enhance the flavor. That is a possibility. If you add any type of food additives or components to preserve or alter food so that it leads longer time and no longer, needs time and temperature control for safety. Beef jerky would be one of those things, for either one of those things. If we cure a food, hams, bacon, stuff like that. But also custom processing in animals. Those are little variants from what the normal food prep things have to be, and of course those can be addressed in a HACCP plan as well. Okay. A couple things back to how we store things. We talked about the three different types of storage deals. We've got refrigerator. Biggest thing in the refrigerator: always keep your cooked foods above your raw foods. Never put like raw ground beef or poultry above a salad. If you get weak juices in, you have potential contamination. You have something that is not going to be cooked. So be aware of how you put things in a refrigerator. Okay. Again, look in your book on page 7-5 all the way to 7-7. Look about the types of storage that we have to do on certain types of. Some of these variance things you have to do in an operation is going to continue from the previous slide. If you're packaging food in reduced oxygen packaging, basically modified atmosphere or vacuum packaging. If you market sprouting seeds or beans, if you offer live molluscan shellfish from a display tank, the lobsters, those are a little different things that we have to do that require some type of variance from your normal plan. So Alright, if you're going to a place and the menu contains these potentially hazardous food, the TCS, temperature control for safety, items that are raw or undercooked. Okay. Basically, if you're going to go and get a ground beef burger and you want it cooked medium rare or rare, if you want a steak rare, if you want poultry medium rare, if you're consuming sushi, basically most of the things have to be listed on the menu next to the items. There's got to be some type of policy, and so most of them will provide basically a notice on the menu, or sometimes a brochure on the table, signs in the menu somewhere that consuming raw or undercooked meat, poultry, seafood, shellfish, or eggs may increase your risk of foodborne illness. Raw oysters on the half shell, those types of things. Any type of those products, they have to have some type of a warning with them. Most of the time it has to be written on the menu or something like that. Of course, they would verbally tell you as well. So be aware of those things as you go into a restaurant. Alright, can food be reused? Absolutely. One time. Okay, that's what the suggested is. Let's say we're working at a place like, we're serving a buffet. Okay, and you can use food items at from lunch to dinner, or for the next day, cafeteria, something like that. We got some cooling requirements. We have a total of 6 hours. We got to get food from at least 135 or over, the minimum cooking requirement for cooked foods, potentially hazardous, all the way down to 41 or less for refrigerated. And you'll see these on the next slide, but we'll try to get basically 135 to 70 within 2 hours. Okay. Then we have an additional 4 hours to complete that task, and we'll talk about how these can be variable in the next. So, for example, you have a total of 6 hours to cool food down. If you can get food cooled from that 135 to 70 in less than 2 hours, you still have the remaining remaining time. So if you do it in 1 hour, like it says on the bottom, you still have 5 hours to get it to the 41 degrees. But the total cooling time cannot be longer than 6 hours. So you have some time. There's some suggestions you can use using cooling paddles. Forgive the interruption there with the phone ringing. Use cooling paddles, use shallow pans, those that conduct heat in and out. Use different types of things, adding ice to something if possible. All those types of things can help us cool down food a little more quickly. That's the end of the topic number, chapter number 7 in your book. Read over your review questions. Make sure you answer your quiz and turn those in.